YouTube, my name's Isaac and I'm here to tell you don't fly British Airways. Why am I saying that? Well, because they suck. They screwed my family out of a trip to Europe. A trip for my wife and daughters to go and see their ailing grandmother. How did it all start? Well, several months ago we made a reservation on British Airways over the phone. What is one of the things they do anytime you go to fly international? They ask for your passport number and expiration date. Everything's good. On the 30th of June, about 3 days ago, we go to the airport. They're flying from Austin to Philly, code share on American, then Philly to London on British Airways. Go to check in. They scan my wife and daughter's passport and it comes up saying they can't fly. Why is this? Well, my youngest daughter's passport expires at the end of July, even though they get back on the 19th. I guess there's some rules different countries have that your passport has to be valid for X number of days after you return. In the case of the Czech Republic, it's 90 days. Now I know at this point a lot of y'all are saying, well, you're just an idiot. You should have done your homework. Okay, yeah, you're right. We should have. But why doesn't the airline, British Airways, when you buy the ticket and they take your passport information, tell you this? When I asked them about that, they say, oh, we don't have the ability to do that. Well, you have the ability to do it when we check in. Obviously you have the ability to do it. You've got all kinds of flight crews flying all over the world. You've been doing this for years. Of course you've got the ability. You keep track of all your flight crews' passports when they expire. You've got the ability, so that's a total lie. I think it's all just part of their business model to have unsuspecting people like us show up and then they can deny them boarding and give their seat away to somebody else who they've probably already sold the ticket to. I wouldn't doubt if they've got a whole computer formulated doing this stuff. How hard is it to tell someone, hey, just give them a warning. Just so you know, make sure your passport is good for 6 months. And they say, oh, we do tell you this. It's on our website. Yeah, I looked. It's like 3-4 pages in if you really know where to look. Why not just tell someone when they buy the ticket? Now again, a lot of you are probably saying, well, quit crying. You're just a dumbass. You should have known this stuff. Okay, well that's fine. But British Airways still could have had some compassion and helped us out a little bit. Back to my story. We get to the airport. Again, we're checking in with American because of course the first leg is to American. First two people at American, they weren't too helpful other than, well, you should have known. Sorry. Finally talked to a third person at American. He was a lot more helpful. I forgot his name, but to him, I thank him. I even apologize to the other American, ticket agents who, yeah, I went a little off. I was pretty hot. I think it's understandable. Most people would be. But anyway, he actually tried to help us. He was going to actually rebook us on another flight. Told us, look, if you go down to Houston, they've got a regional passport center. You can get this all taken care of in a day. But you have to have something showing you're going to fly within 24 hours. A new ticket or itinerary. So anyway, he tries to rebook us, but then realizes, oh, we purchased your ticket through British Airways. So he can't do anything. You have to call British Airways. Okay, go call British Airways. You're on hold for a good 40 minutes. What kind of customer service is that? Finally, get a hold of someone on British Airways. This guy tells me, I think he quoted me around $10.75. I can't remember exactly. It was right around there to rebook all of them and for a couple days away. That time, yeah, I'm pissed, but I'm like, fine, okay, lesson learned, we'll bite the bullet, do it. Of course, just as I go to get my wallet out and pay for this, we get somehow cut off. Phone drops the call, I don't know. So alright, let me call him again. You know, I wait a few minutes thinking maybe this guy will call me back. Never does, of course. So, call British Airways again. By now we're loaded up in the car because I'm figuring let's go home, get our dog, so we can start driving to Houston, get this passport taken care of. Anyway, we live about 30 minutes from the airport, from Austin Bergstrom Airport. By the time we get home, I'm still on hold with the British Airways. It took me almost 50 minutes to get someone to answer the phone. Finally, this lady answers the phone after putting me on hold several times for about 10-20 minutes each. I don't know what the hell takes so long to type something in a computer. She comes back and says it's going to cost $2,800 per person on top of what you already paid. I'm like, how the hell does it cost that much to rebook somebody? Number one. Number two, I said I just spoke to somebody, you know, a couple hours ago who told me it's going to cost, you know, around $10.75. Of course, she totally lied to me. Said, oh, I don't see you haven't talked to anybody else. I don't have a record of that, whatever. Total bull. Anyway, I tell her forget it with a few choice words at that point. And no, I'm not apologizing to British Airways because they are scum. I told my wife, by now, I know there's the one daily flight from Austin to London is loading up, and you know, let's just drive back down to the airport, talk to someone at the ticket counter. Maybe they can help us be reasonable. Maybe that other person didn't know what they were talking about. Give them the benefit of a doubt. So we drive all the way back to Austin's airport. I wait in line for about 30 minutes with everybody checking in at British Airways. Get up to the customer service agent, the ticket agent, whatever you want to call them. And they tell us, sorry, we can't help you. I'm like, what do you mean you can't help us? Isn't that what you do? You check people in? Oh, you have to call the 800 number. All we do here is check people's bags in and give them their boarding pass. I'm like, seriously? You guys can't rebook people? Come on, this stuff I'm sure happens to other people, different types of things when they check in. You're telling me your job is just to give someone a ticket and put their bag on the loading belt? Yeah, that's what they told me. You gotta call this 800 number. Okay, back in the car, let's just go home, because unfortunately with the passport office in Houston, you have to have a ticket in order for them to do the expedited passport. So it's not even worth driving to Houston. Back in the car, again, I'm on hold for the whole time we're driving home till we get to my house. You know, about the time we get home, I think they picked up finally. And again, the lady I talked to, first off, keeps putting me on hold, telling me I gotta look into this. Hang on, I'm working on it. Put me on hold for 10, 15, in one case 20 minutes. Did this 4 times, I think. Finally, about the 4th time, I said, what the hell takes so long to look something up on a computer? I mean, this whole time I was at home, I looked up what it would be for me to buy a brand new ticket on British Airways at their website. $2,500 to buy a brand new, for the next day, round trip ticket. She comes back and tells me, again, $2,800 on top of what you already paid per ticket. I'm telling her, how the hell is that possible when you can get a brand new ticket for $2,500 right on your website, and all you're doing is rebooking me? She stuck to it. I even told her, look, I'm recording this, gonna put it on YouTube. That's fine. Because I know some of you are probably saying, no, you must have misunderstood the lady. There's no way. Well, listen to the clip.
Trust me on this, I've tried to price the reservation in every possible alternative, but as I told you, the near we go to the departure date, the prices tend to rise. And I've had a word with my supervisor as well. We've tried to price the reservation together, but the lowest we could get was approximately $2,800.
$2,800 per person?
Yes.
On top of what? Wait, listen to me.
On top of what you paid, yes. On top of what you paid, yes.
So, anyway, how does it cost $2,800 on top of the $1,100 we already paid when I can buy a brand new ticket for $2,500? Anyone who doesn't think that is asinine, you gotta be on crack. I mean, that is crazy. That makes no sense at all. I used to watch Star Trek when I was growing up. Mr. Spock would say that's totally illogical. No logic in that. Ridiculous. That is piss poor customer service, and that is just British Airways screwing people. That's all that is. No empathy, no let's help you out. And I remember what the American airline ticket agent told me, had it been American, they usually don't charge anything for stuff like this. You know? They would have just rebooked me. And I kind of believe that because several years back, a coworker and I went on a business trip and it was totally our fault. We were at the bar drinking in the airport and lost track of time and missed our flight on American, and you know what? They just simply put us on the next flight. Didn't even charge anything. And here British Airways wants to charge me more than when I can buy a brand new flight. Well, I'm not rich. We couldn't afford that. $2,800 more per ticket. So bottom line is my family couldn't go to Europe. Hopefully their grandmother won't be dead by the time they can go again. Thanks, British Airways, and you're full of it. This is garbage, and I hope nobody flies you ever again. I know that's not going to happen, but if I can influence as many people not to fly them, please don't fly British Airways. And trust me, I've gotten on the internet, done my research now. There's people with just as bad of stories as I've got. Don't fly British Airways. Thanks.